Here is another example of using the law of sine to evaluate missing sides of any type of triangle. Now in this case, we have the triangle WYX with the side lowercase w equals to 9 and with angle capital W being 27. So sorry about that, forgot to write it in. And uppercase X being 72. Now to evaluate the opposite side lowercase y of angle capital Y, I'm going to need the degree of angle capital Y. Well, if I were to say by the triangle sum, by the triangle angle sum theorem, I get to evaluate angle capital Y by taking 180 and subtract the two given degrees, 27 and 72. Well, this turns out to be 180, subtract 99, which is equal to 81 degrees. So capital Y is 81 degrees. Now it's a little easier to use the law of sine. Well, to evaluate lowercase y, I'm going to take the lowercase y ratio, or the y ratio in this case, I'm going to name it. I'm going to take the y ratio and I'm going to set it up equal to either the x ratio or the w ratio. Now, not equal to the x ratio that I will set up the y ratio to be, because we don't know the x, but we know the w. So instead of having two unknown terms, just go the other way by setting this equal to the w ratio instead. So I'm going to have the y ratio, y over sine of capital Y, but capital Y is 81 degrees, so I'm going to have 81 equals lowercase w, which is 9, divided by sine of uppercase W, 27. Now this is algebra manipulation. To get rid of the denominator so that the lowercase y can be by itself, I'm going to multiply both sides by sine of 81 equal 9 divided by sine of 27 multiply sine of 81. Cancel out the common terms. I'm left with lowercase y equal to 9 multiply sine of 81 divided by sine of 27. But typing this in your calculator, you're going to get 19.58 approximately. So lowercase y equal to 19.58. Now, with lowercase y being known, and we're left with just a lowercase x, it is now more flexible to set up the x ratio to be equal to either the y ratio or the w ratio. I'm going to set the x ratio equals to the y ratio because I used the w ratio earlier. So to evaluate lowercase x, I'm going to have lowercase x over sine of uppercase x, which is 72, equal lowercase y, which is 19.58, divided by sine of capital Y, which is 81. Well, same algebra manipulation. I'm going to write down here in this case so that I won't be confused with this. I'm going to get rid of the denominator sine of 72 by multiplying it to both sides. cancel out the common terms. We're left with lowercase x equal 19.58 multiplied by sine of 72 or divided by sine of 81 degree. Typing this in your calculator, we're gonna have approximately 18.85 units. Hopefully you guys can see it. Now, if you want to evaluate one of the missing angles, you would probably set it up the same way or in a similar way. And then toward the end, you would have something like sine of, whatever equal to something else. And to get this whatever angle by itself, you would have to do the inverse trick to both sides. Oops, so I'm going to squeeze it in right here. Sine inverse, sine raised to the -1 of this whole thing. So you have the sine inverse of the sine function of something else. These two automatically cancel out, so you're left with just the whatever angle and then equal to whatever else after you type this whole expression in your calculator. Okay, so I'll go over some example of how to evaluate a missing angle using the law of sine next time. Okay, all right, thank you for watching, you guys. See ya.